So when we're doing counts, is generally how we do it. We just start at the bottom of the slide, take a traverse up, count everything that you see along that path. How do we come by the slide? So we make them in the lab. Once we get the core, we take a tiny little bit of sediment. You only need like a little bit on the tip of a toothpick. You mix that on the slide with a little drop of water and you make a smear on the cover slip, and then you heat that up so that it dries off all the liquid, and then you mount it onto a glass slide using optical adhesive, and then you cure it under UV light, and then you're ready to go. So it takes probably about 10 minutes to make a slide. So nanos are really good that way. You can make the slides really quickly and get looking at stuff before anyone else. But we can see a lot of reticular fenestra on this slide, which are these guys in the middle here. So they come in all sorts of different forms. You'll get ones with really wide central regions. You'll get some that are completely closed. You'll get small ones. You'll get more circular ones as you get into older material. And you get some really tiny ones. So it's quite a diverse group. The other really cool group, and I don't think I have many of them in here, it's a bit hard to see with the darker light, are the Arrestors. So, there's a little one. So they have, they look a little bit like, I like to think of them like snowflakes. So you see that little guy right in the middle there. So the thing with these guys, they have these arms that come out like a snowflake, and then they can have various kind of ornamentation on the end of their arms. And so when the sample starts to get, or when the sediment starts to get a bit altered, the preservation on the Arrestors will change, and they start to lose all of the ornamentation and become a bit clumpy and things like that, so you can't see the diagnostic features on them anymore. But in nicely preserved material, they're so pretty. One of the best groups. So the other thing we can do is we can switch the light that we use on the microscope. So we go to what is called phase light. And it helps us sometimes to see the outline of these things a bit better. So yeah, that's really handy when we start looking at these ones, and then you can kind of alter your focus to look at the tips and see if you can still see any kind of ornamentation that might be there. The other light we can use is just like a plain light, so, and then we just go back to our normal one, which is this one. So when you've got slides that are just full of nanofossils, everyone walks past them, it's like, wow, you're looking at outer space. It's just like all these little constellations.